All right, so I got another video to follow up the last one that I just made about the deception and Christianity with in regards to supporting Israel or those who call themselves Jews. And this one, well, this in the last one, I talked about how difficult it was to get people to understand, to look at it differently, to open their minds, and to let go of the brainwashing, more or less, the propaganda that we've been fed all this time, and look again at what the Bible says about the people who are Jews and who are not, and you will see clearly that the people who are in power now are the people who are referring to themselves as the Jews now and are occupying the land of Israel. Okay, I don't know why this app is giving me so much trouble today. Anyway, so the people who are occupying the land right now and calling themselves Jews and they are not. Look at those. Look at it again and see what the Bible says about those who will be borrowers and those who will be lenders. And it's not the Jews right now are supposed to be under a curse. They are not supposed to be the lenders. They are supposed to be the borrowers. Now, yeah, they're not supposed to be running things. They're not supposed to be in power. The Gentiles are the ones in power at the end until Jesus Christ returns. So, beyond that, I wanted to talk about something personal uh, regarding what happened with a family member, and it was brought on by a conversation or a comment that I just had on the last video. And so in the my reply, I spoke about a family member that I had, and at the time that the family member reached out to me, I was getting I was getting involved with Kufi, that's Christians United for Israel. John Hagee, I guess, is the guy who was leading that, and I was donating money because I wanted to support Israel, because they say, Israel are Israel are God's people. We have to support them. And so me, like other black people who I know, were supporting the state of Israel and those people over there who call themselves Israel. And so I had the Kufi mouse pad and things like that because I was trying to support them. And my cousin reached out to me. He saw things I was posting on Facebook, and he reached out and said, those people are not the Jews. And he says, we're the black people in America are the Jews. And I fought him on that. I didn't believe it. And I was like, and then also what I said was, well, it doesn't matter. Eventually, I said, it doesn't matter. I don't, now looking back on it, I don't know why I said it doesn't matter. If it was actually the truth that he was telling me, then why would I dismiss it and say it doesn't matter? But that was my reaction. So, and that's pretty much the reaction you get now if you say, well, those people over there aren't the Jews. So if you say those people over there right now call themselves Jews, who actually the Bible identifies in Genesis 10, the Ashkenazi, as Gentiles, then if you say that to people now, they will say, well, it doesn't matter, right? Everybody's one under Christ. But the truth does matter. And at the time, after I had looked into it, I saw that he was right. And now I, as much as I love some Christian teachers who I still listen to, some pastors and things like that, when they start talking about Israel and supporting Israel and praying for Israel and and how God so-called brought Israel back into the land, and that's a prophetic sign. And I know that it was the UN did it, who are antichrist, and I know that Jesus Christ said he was the one who's going to bring Israel back. It gets harder to listen to that. And so I still love those people. I still love those teachers, but they just, okay, when that app stopped, it really throws me off, and it made me completely forget what I was going to say. So anyway, my cousin, after I came around and realized that he was right about what he was saying about black people in America being the Jews, the sad part, though, is that he had fell in with these. I guess he learned from these people online, the Hebrew Israelites, but one of those camps, so called, that are antichrist. Not showing that the people who are pictured now are antichrist, but I'm just showing an example of the groups, the Hebrew Israelite groups, and some of these groups, I believe, actually the whole entire movement could have possibly been infiltrated from the beginning, and um, and so while they let you know that you were the Jews or whatever so while they let you know that you were the Jews and the actual Israelites, they, however, they let you know that in order to take away Jesus Christ from you, because what they did was they told you that, or they told my cousin, like they tell many other black people who were Christian, that Jesus Christ is actually a Roman invention. His name actually means Zeus, and that he is actually Caesar Bulgaria, whatever, a pope, the picture of Pope's son, and they say, this is the trick pulled by Rome or the Edomites or things like that against to trick you into worshiping other gods, and so they go back and they lose the Messiah. They had knowledge and faith in Jesus Christ, and they lost it. They had the seed stolen from their heart, and that's what happened to my cousin. So you'd be better off believing in a white Jesus and believing that you're just a black person from Africa somewhere, and that you're nobody, and that you don't have anything in God's plan for you. Basically, I'm kind of throwing off you know what I'm trying to say. You'd be better off going back to that than to know that you're a Jew and then lose your faith in Jesus Christ, lose your faith in the Messiah, lose your salvation, basically. And then that's the sad thing, because these groups were infiltrated by the synagogue of Satan, by the very people who called themselves Jews, and the whole purpose of letting you know that you were a Jew was to eventually take Jesus Christ out of your heart. So, okay, that's the last. I got to go back to work. So, anyway, thank you all for listening.